A sense of urgency kicking in for both these squads as we start the second half of Big South Conference play. Hampton at 1-6, 2 games back of the final playoff spot in the Big South tournament. Campbell at 5-2. They try to climb into the top 2 seeds and earn a bye in the conference tournament. Thank you for joining us on ESPN Plus alongside my partner Sal Mercogliano, Evan Budgeridge with you. Hampton has struggled, no doubt about it, entering this contest at 1-6. Campbell, they have not lost at home in conference play. They're 5-2. This match, Sal, could certainly tell a long story about what they could do in the season.
Obviously, both teams want to come and get wins. For Hampton, it is a matter of struggle to be able to win this game and keep alive the chance for a postseason play. For Campbell, they're looking pretty hard at getting a bye, perhaps, going into conference play. A good position for Campbell to be in coming into this game.
For Campbell, one of the most electric outside hitters in the conference. She leads the league in kills. Sarah Kalla, how is she so dynamic here this season?
Wow, #1 in the Big South in terms of kills, a great outside hitter. You can expect Hampton will see number 12 coming up against the net a lot, and that's something that Hampton is going to have to struggle at. The Pirates are a little bit weak up against the net, and that's going to be a dynamic attack coming from Sarah Kalla.
For Hampton, Lena Reed-Petrusek, the junior, 7 assists per set. How does she impact her team's offense?
Wow, just her ability to set. #3 in the Big South, 485 sets. She does an excellent job getting Hampton setting up. The problem's going to be is getting it closed out for Hampton.
We mentioned the second half of conference play. Winthrop and High Point, the 2 best teams in the league here to this point. How vital is this match for Campbell, especially sitting 3rd overall?
Coach Goral talks about it. He wants to sweep these 7 games to get himself into that great position. Remember, they sat out the Big South Conference tournament last year. He wants to make sure they're in, but not only in, but in a good position going into postseason play.
Thank you for joining us here on ESPN Plus. It's the start of the second half, and we are ready for first serve. Campbell will get things started as Maddie Miner opens up this match from the service line. Trouble for Sydney Summer as she frees it over. And Elena Heath right to the gut of Sumner, the senior. Callaway deflected at the net. And a nice effort by Sarah Kalla to save it. Heath to the back row. Now Sumner from the back. Miner sets middle. First kill of the match for Melody Page.
We were seeing Sydney Sumner coming in here for Hampton. She's going to be filling a big role for the Pirates in this game. We can expect to see a lot of her today.
The junior from North Branch, Michigan on the serve. Reynolds through the block. All even at 1.
Lena Heath, Melody Page up for that block. Couldn't seem to get their hands on it. Seemed to hit the net, come over. Something we don't expect to see. Campbell's usually pretty good up against the net with that front line.
This is Lena Reed-Petrusek to serve. Page off the block of Reynolds. A tight set for Callaway, and she can't save it.
Melody Page, that freshman, Lancaster, California, doing a great job. We've seen her really step up this year. A good addition to this Campbell squad, playing a great line up there against the net in the forward line.
Now Elena Heath to serve. She is 2nd in this conference in aces. A strong response, Gabby Callaway, her first kill of the match.
Gabby Callaway, another player we're going to see a lot in this game. 203 kills coming in here. She's been a big player, outside hitter for the Pirates.
Dangerous serve towards Kalla. Page able to tip it over. Back to Kate Menz, her first rotation in. Elise Gross can't save it. Long rally goes to Hampton. Reynolds with the kill.
Elise Gross and Maddie Miner, they're trying to salvage that play for them. One of the things we're going to expect to see is Campbell be really good on their returns. We expect this to be a really hectic ball game, and we're going to see that play out here right now.
Bad touch by Reed-Petrusek gives Campbell the point. Each team exchanging points in this first set. You see Greg Goral there in his 7th season, 2 wins away from 100 in his career. Sumner on the run. Now Minor trying to feed the middle. Ananda Patterson can't finish.
Talking with Coach Gorel, he was talking about how much he enjoys the resiliency of this team, especially at this mid-year point. Always a very tough time for a team halfway through conference play.
Hampton coach Brandon Duvall in his 4th season. A team suffering from injuries. Their top outside hitter, Megan Delgado, out for the year. A resilient bunch nonetheless. Free ball cleared by Clara Smith. Now Kala rocks and fires, denied by Smith. The right side with the block.
Sarah Kala coming up, not with a powerful hit there, just trying to get it over the net. But a great defense right there. Clara Smith, a sophomore from Virginia, able to get up there and get that block. Something we haven't seen too much of Hampton is blocking up along the net there.
Petrusek the set. Smith the lefty. Her 2nd kill. Clara Smith. Freshman stepping up for Hampton.
A great job right there by Clara Smith. I hadn't seen too much from her this year. She's only played about half of the sets for Hampton, but doing a great job right now.
Minor the dump. Breaks the 3-0 Hampton run. Campbell head coach Greg Gorel has really been fond of Maddie Minor's leadership here in her junior season.
Maddie Minor's just been a fantastic player. Remember Minor coming in 3 years ago and just really building up into that role. She's really broken out, not just in leadership, but on the field too. Just doing a great job overall and really is doing that leadership we need on the field.
Kala with the bump set, sends some confusion. Now Petrusek pushes it out wide to Sumner. Shot is long, a 2-0 run for Campbell. Sydney Sumner, the senior, 9 kills in her last match. Two freshmen and a sophomore on the front row for Campbell. Smith the tip, placed perfectly. That's her 3rd kill.
Colin Patterson just not able to get up there, a little bit high over them, unable for them to really get that good block up here. You'll see them going up just a little bit early right there. And Smith able to get that little tap right over them.
An ace. Hampton back up 3. First ace of the match for the Pirates.
Has not a big play getter for them, service aces.
Here's Danielle. Layla Green gets denied. Kala through the double. Dug up for the moment. Point Campbell. Kala all over Jessica Pugh, the sophomore. Our players to watch going after it.
Anna Brew Christic getting down there on the dive, not able to salvage that ball up for the Pirates.
Now Sarah Kala to serve. Callaway with the bump set. Sumner gets it over. And now a back and forth play. Heath rises, touches the back line. First kill for the senior.
Emily Miter for Campbell, keeping that ball alive for them, able to get that set up there for Elena Heath to get the kill. And for Campbell to get the point. 8-7 right now, Hampton lead. We've seen Hampton in their play, when they're ahead in their sets, been doing very well. Exactly what they need to do.
An ace for Sarah Kala. She's top 5 in the conference in aces, giving Hampton trouble in this first set. Petrusek, the long set, and Sumner puts it away.
Sumner with a great fire, as you see here in this replay. She's going to come up there on the left side and just power it in there. Able to get right past the Campbell defender.
That's off the block of Layla Green. Sumner serves at Elise Gross, the libero. Heath, the roll shot. Her 3rd kill. Back even at 9.
Lena Heath, the only senior on that Campbell team, showing that leadership and experience, aiming right for the middle of the field.
Heath over 1,100 kills in her career. She's 9th in Campbell history. This is Callaway. Into the gut of Kala. Green, creative touch. And Layla Green finishes off with an impressive swing.
See the setup right here. Green coming in with a great little shot against Hampton's Labaro. Jessica Pugh.
Sumner forced a bump set. And Callaway takes a rip. Now Minner with the set. Callaway digs it out. Callaway to swing. Patterson, good defense. Both teams playing out of system. Good dig by Kala. Tees it up for the senior and Heath. Sumner again to the floor. Good defense on this rally. Minner the back set. And Green shoots it long. Hampton back even at 10.
Campbell keeping Hampton on their heels there in that set. Just that long return there netted the point for the Pirates. And we're tied up again, 10-10.
This is Jessica Pugh on the serve, resulting in an overpass. Callaway cleans it up.
Callaway comes in with 203 kills into this match. We see her as a good kind of matchup there against Campbell's number 12, Sarah Collin.
Heath, another tough return. That time, Melody Page connects. Her second kill. Kate Menz checks into the match for Campbell in the front row. Petrusek on the back set. Causing some trouble here for Kala, and that's a double touch. Hampton back up one on the error by Kala.
Kala was up there against the back line, knew she had double touched it. Gave it away in her face right there.
Sarah Kala leads this team in return errors. Petrusek's been targeting her. Another chance for Kala. And in system, Melody Page with her fourth kill.
Great little roll tap there by Maddie Miner, getting that ball with that little bit of forward motion right there. And we see Melody Page able to finish it off right there for Campbell.
Petrusek. Callaway has to evade her. Some confusion for Campbell. And Kala's denied. That's the freshman, Genevieve Reynolds, her first block.
All 6'1" of Alina Heath on the ground trying to recover that ball, not able to do it. And just seeing this back and forth motion here between Hampton and Campbell.
Service error there by Callaway. And a set now with 7 lead changes. We are back even at 13. Campbell won in 4 sets up in Hampton, Virginia, when these teams met to open up the conference. And a service error by Elise Gross gives the Pirates right back the lead.
Coach Gorel predicted there'd be some hectic play here, and we're seeing that right now in this first set.
Lowly Georgia Kapolu out of Greece comes in to serve. She leads this team in aces. And Campbell now frantically trying to return. This is Kala. Shoots it long. In a match that's been so close, this is the largest lead for the Pirates as we hit our media timeout. Hampton up 2 in set number 1. We'll finish out the first set when we return on ESPN+.
One point.
Discover the new language of travel.
Bonvoy.
Marriott Bonvoy. 30 hotel brands, endless experiences. Rewards reimagined.
I want it.
I can't believe it.
That car brought his karaoke machine.
No, I can't believe how easy it was to save hundreds of dollars on my car insurance with Geico.
Go, Kevin. Go, Kevin. No.
Believe it, Geico could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
This Big South game is brought to you in part by Hardee's, 'cause it tastes better, and Geico. Big South alumni could save even more with an alumni discount from Geico. Visit geico.com/Big South today.
Welcome back inside Gore Arena's Hampton coach, Brandon Duvall. His 4th season. Hampton has never won a Big South road contest. What will it take today to get a win?
Well, right now Hampton seems to has the formula figured out. They're doing a great job on their defense. Their defense has got to be spot on against a very tight Campbell attack. Where Hampton has come up short is being able to finish it. In their road sets so far, they've only been able to win 6 sets in the 8 games they've played in Big South play this season.
That's an ace for Georgia Kapolu.
Hampton just coming in very fired up in this set against Campbell. When these two teams met, Campbell was able to win the first 2 sets. They lost their 3rd set, then came back for a 4th.
We have a challenge here on the play about the serve, whether it was in or out. You look at our second official, James McDonald, reviewing this serve. Sal, your thoughts?
See how this lands right there on that line. Looks like it's long right there. That looked like it was out past the back line. Interesting that Coach Gorel would take a challenge this early in the first set.
You get 2 challenges to work with and retain any challenge you win. We'll show you a second look here.
Obviously our line judge had a very good view of that.
The white of the Big South certainly doesn't help right behind that line.
That first view, which was a little slowed down a little bit, looked a little clearer. We'll see what the ruling is. We're getting a ruling right now.
And it is ruled out. So instead of an ace for Georgia Kapolu, it ends a 3-0 Hampton run. Good decision by Greg Gorel to use his challenge.
And the reason why I am not a head coach of a Division I volleyball team, I got that call wrong.
So 15-14 our score as Emily Mitter comes in to serve. Elena Heath, the senior, keeping her team locked in.
Emily Mitter and Maddie Miner have been that dynamic duo for getting the sets for Campbell, whereas we see on Hampton, that role is played largely by Lena Reed-Petrasek.
Callaway on the serve receive. Great dig by Gross to keep it alive. Back to the middle. Isis Black taking over.
Fantastic kill right there by Hampton. Something they have not been able to do is finish off sets like that and be able to get a setup and be able to get that kill. And we see that right there with Isis Black.
Isis 5 kills in her last match. Her first kill may be her best so far today. Here's Clara Smith in serve. Long set for Sarah Kalla. That's going to leave a mark on the court.
This Campbell team is coming off a loss up against Presbyterian. They were not able to finish it out. It was a 1-3 loss against Presbyterian, and Coach Gorel commented the fact that his 4 attackers were all having bad days. He can't afford that in this match against Hampton.
Sarah Kalla, great serve, sending Pugh to the floor. Grease diving as well. Touch by Sumner. And Sydney Sumner, the senior, showing off some wit. That's her 3rd kill.
Layla Green up there for the block. Not able to get it blocked back. Touched off her. And now we see Hampton with a good lead coming in the first set.
This is Sydney Sumner, who has been in and out with injuries this year. Only played in 2 Big South matches. Layla Green right off the block. And that's a block for Ananda Patterson, slowing down Isis Black after her big swing.
One of the things Campbell's going to have to do is play a little tighter up against that net, not allow the players like Isis Black to be able to get those kills against them. Something that Campbell may not have been prepared for is the like of Isis Black coming in with those shots.
Sumner forced a bump set, and Mitter all over the dump. Here's Heath going down line. She gets a touch, 4 kills for the senior.
So a tap off Isis Black, sent that ball reeling. But just the move that Campbell needs. Get the serve back and tie it back up in this first set.
On the slide, a denial at the net. Page and Heath combine. And a timeout called by Hampton. Sal, if you're Campbell at this point, a 5-1 run, how have they taken control late in this set?
One of the things you see is Campbell coming up stronger up against the net, really getting their attackers able to hit the outside and keeping Hampton on the defense. When Hampton has an ability to set up, and we talked about this with Pacharisic, she's able to get those sets up, and with the likes of Isis Black now closing it out for them, they got to deny that. They have to keep that pressure on. Campbell is a great outside hitter, and that's what they need to focus on and going in here. Hampton has been able, at times, when they're a lead in a set, to be able to close it off. But they've only won 6 sets in Big South play this season. They've only gotten 1 win. That was against UNC Asheville. And Campbell doesn't want to join those ranks. They need this win right now with 2 big weekends coming up at home and then the final weekend on the road.
Greg Gorel trying to accomplish the century mark in wins. He also knows that this match could kickstart a huge 5-game homestand.
And Campbell's coming off fresh. Both these teams had the day off yesterday. They weren't on a Friday-Saturday schedule, just playing Saturday games this week. Big opportunity for Campbell right now to turn this around. They're going to need to put this set away and not allow Hampton to get any momentum going into a second set. For Hampton, they want to change their performance so far against these Camels, something they have not been able to do in their matchups.
Hampton has never beaten Campbell in program history. Callaway right into Saracala. And Heath, that touched her head. So a point for the Pirates on the odd deflection. Petrusek with the block.
Heath with a great shot, but at 6'1", it's hard to get her frame out of the way sometimes, and that's what you just saw. She couldn't get down fast enough to get out of the way of the ball.
7 lead changes in this first set. This time Heath does not need to avoid the ball. Her 5th kill.
Great shot by Heath. Ball went way out of bounds right there, up into the stands.
Elena Heath, already 4 matches this year in double figures. The senior has taken her game to the next level this year.
She has, and what we expected that seeing in. Last year she was a preseason All-South choice coming in, and we've seen her play the sole senior on this team, providing leadership on the field, but more importantly, being a great outside hitter. Her, Saracala, just a really dynamic pair to defend against.
Those 2 outside hitters for Campbell, a reason why Campbell is 5-2. Another ace for Maddie Miner. 3 aces for Campbell in this first set. And now a 3-0 run.
Maddie Miner on the serve is always dynamic and interesting to watch. Has a great ability to drop that ball, aim it right where she wants it to go.
She aims at Sumner this time. Callaway off the body of Miner. Strong response by the senior.
See Maddie Miner getting down there fast to get that ball, just not a lot of control over it. And we see the serve switching over now to Hampton.
Lena Reed-Petrusek out of Alameda, California. Miner jumps up, tees it for men's. Dug out by Sumner. Callaway the tip. Played over by Page. Now a free ball, confusion. Campbell insistent. Heath takes advantage. 6 kills for the senior.
Saw Hampton get a little bit out of sorts there. They were scrambling for the ball. They're having a little bit of trouble getting themselves reset back into a defensive position, and Elena Heath just took advantage of that, able to center that ball perfectly in between the Pirates.
A 7-2 run for Campbell. Callaway off the block of Saracala. The sophomore, over 200 kills this season. She's trying to keep Hampton in it.
Colin Page doing a good job up against the net there, just not able to keep that ball on Hampton's side.
And on the slide, a creative finish there by Melody Page.
Melody Page was happy with that shot. She seemed really impressed with it. They only get one hand on it to get it over to Hampton.
Hampton will call its final timeout of this set. We've seen Campbell in this first half at 5-2. Now in the final 7 matches. We also see some costumes today. A little trunk or treat festivities.
It's a great time up in the concourse here. Some of the teams are doing trick or treat for kids in the area. They're of course invited in for the game. So we got a good little cross section here of some spooky and some video game themed camels here in the stands.
I'm not sure what the box is.
That is Minecraft.
Oh.
Evan does not have a young child. I have a 11-year-old in 6th grade, and that is a Minecraft.
Learn something new every day. I know what those dogs are, although I'm not sure that's really an arena-friendly dog, but nonetheless, man's best friend times 2.
They could be kids in costume. If they are, they're very good costumes.
The skeleton is more curious about his iPad than he is about this match. Nonetheless, Campbell 2 points away from taking set 1. Evan Budrovich and Sal Mercoglano with you here on a Halloween-themed afternoon in Buies Creek.
He's probably watching us on the ESPN Plus stream right there, and he's getting the both of on the video and live action.
The real picture-in-picture, if you will. Here's Elise Gross, the freshman, to serve. And Hampton was out of rotation. A point for Campbell, and now some discussion here from Brandon Duvall, the head coach of Hampton. Hampton came out of the timeout in the wrong rotation.
Hampton was hoping to come out of that timeout and really get this turned around, use that timeout to change the momentum here, and that's going to throw it off for them.
Set point now for Campbell. Not an ace, but an effective serve there by Elise Gross. Here's Sumner off the block of Patterson. Kala swings for the set. Good tip of the net by Petrusek. Heath with the deep dig. Here's Kala again. Callaway wants to extend the set. Clara Smith tools the block. Hampton back within 3.
Colin Patterson up there for that block, not able to stop Clara Smith with that hit. Great job. Hampton stays alive now in this first set. Just a great power shot there. Really threaded the needle there between Kala and Patterson.
Georgia Kapolu into serve. Not sure who actually touched that ball. Patterson and Kala are denied. Hampton hanging around, down 2.
Great effort here by Hampton to keep alive in this first set. Lead is switched multiple times. Good opportunity for Hampton to get a 1-set lead over Campbell. Something they have not been able to do in Big South play this year.
Men's off balance. Still set point for Campbell. They look confused. Clara Smith is blocked at the net, and that ends set number 1. Campbell trailed for most of the first set. They close on a 25-22 note. When we come back, set number 2 here in Buies Creek. Campbell, a 1-set lead on ESPN+. Number 2 here inside Gore Arena. Campbell, a 25-22 win in set 1. Campbell trying to improve their perfect mark at home here in conference play. And so far, they overcame some early struggles to dominate the rest of the first set.
That was a tough first half for Campbell. Campbell was definitely behind, getting ahead there. And the reason for that we see is Sarah Collett just not really performing very well. Only 1 kill in that set on 9 attempts. She's shooting negative 333. It's just not really Sarah Collett producing. And we saw this in the Presbyterian game where Sarah was not having a great game either. Fortunately, we see the likes of Alina Heath and Melody Page stepping up for Campbell. And that's really been the big difference for Campbell right now.
Alina Heath, 6 kills. Gabby Calloway, 4 kills to lead Hampton.
Gabby Calloway is definitely filling that role that we needed to see. Of course, Hampton is just suffering from the loss of Delgado. A big loss for them going into Big South play, and a big hole for Hampton to have to fill.
Megan Delgado, preseason all-conference, is out with an ACL injury this year. Campbell relatively healthy, all things considered. Still missing Alicia Mitchell, their middle blocker. And Greg Gorel feels like his depth can allow them to play whoever's out there on the floor.
And we saw that when Sarah Collett sat out after the High Point game, and we saw Alicia Green come in there and do a great job just filling in there. You know, Layla Green was able to do that really well, had a great game, 22 kills, just the depth that Campbell needed.
A quick start for Kate Menz in set number 2. Maddie Miner, the setter, having some fun with her freshman Elise Gross. And here's Alina Heath to serve. Right into the net. First service error for Campbell today.
Maddie Miner always seems to have fun, and that's the most important thing, is she keeps the spirits of the team up, especially when they're down. I think that's something that you really want to see in leadership on the floor.
Menz again. That hits the antenna. Hampton an early lead in set 2. Hampton this year emphasizing their defense. And right now they're 4th in the conference in blocks. They had 4 in that first set.
And Hampton is very strong on their defense. Where Hampton has come up short is on their attack, obviously. They haven't had the attack killers that they needed. Their outside hitters have been a little bit on the weak side, and that is something that has plagued Hampton. You can't win volleyball defensively, unfortunately. You've got to be able to get those points.
Speaking of points,
wow.
Sarah Collett, her 2nd kill of the match. Bouncing back after picking up just 1 kill in set 1.
Sarah Collett, that's the Sarah Collett we're used to seeing. We saw her get up there, able to hang in there for just a second and get a full arm swing against that ball. It was a great shot.
Collett led Campbell with 17 kills when these teams met in Virginia. Clara Smith sends it wide. Back even at 3.
One interesting things for Campbell, we saw Kate Menz start for them, the redshirt freshman, really start with her. And we see her taking more and more of a role, coming off an injury and really taking a good spot up there against the net for Campbell.
Sumner into the body of Gross. Collett swings again, and that's right into the net. Gets a deflection by Clara Smith. And Sarah Collett heating up in set 2.
Sarah Collett just seemed to be off a slow start there on set 1. Definitely on full force right now for Campbell.
Petrusek with time. And Reynolds finishes it off.
It's fun to watch Petrusek play. She's a really good setup. You see her talking the entire time, getting the setup there for Hampton, doing a great job of placing that for her team.
This is lowly Georgia Kapolu, the serve specialist from Athens, Greece. Missing the back line that time. And she'll quickly sub out. Hampton this year struggling to serve, 8th in the conference. Last season they were 2nd, a big difference in how this Hampton team likes to play.
And that is a big change right there for Hampton. And we see how the serves can really set the tone for a set and a match. And Hampton is struggling with those serves right now.
Off balance swing by Isis Black, dug out from Heath. Pugh getting it up in the air, and Sumner frees it over. Gross smacks it up. And Layla Green flying into your screen. Campbell up 2.
Wow, Isis Black and Sydney Sumner were thinking that it was coming over on the second tap. They kind of misjudged. They got a little bit half off the court there. You see him pop up there, not able to get back in time for Layla Green.
Callaway from the back row. So deadly. Leads this team in kills. And Callaway with her 5th today.
Wow, Callaway coming all the way back from the back line right there to about midfield to be able to get that kill right up against Alina Heath. Heath not able to get down fast enough to get it. Just a great job. That's the kind of offense that Hampton needs to keep playing against Campbell.
Gross struggles with the serve. Heath takes a whack at it, and Pugh dives to the floor. A little disjointed in this second set. Kala is blocked. Sumner and Black right there in the front row.
They got past Sumner and Black last time. They weren't going to do it a second time, as you see them right there, timing it perfectly to deny Sarah Kala.
Ananda Patterson in transition. She missed the last match with the flu against Charleston Southern. Is back tonight, and that's her first kill.
Coach Goral was talking about how good Campbell has become in that transition, and that's something you want to see them play. Ananda was able to really transition that really well, get that point, something that Hampton is having a little hard time countering.
Petrusek on the back set. Now Patterson again off of Pugh. Sumner forced to take a tough swing. And that angle even more difficult. Transition chance for Campbell. Heath gets a tip at the net. And Alina Heath, 8 kills in this match. She's led the charge for Campbell today.
I mean, in Hampton, you really see Lena Reed Petrusek dominate the middle of the court. She's just really well playing that field. And you just see how she is such a key player for Hampton.
Sumner off the block. Good dump. Well, that's deep into the pocket of Petrusek. And now Campbell on a 5-0 run. Up 9-6, forcing a timeout. We'll take the break as well. Campbell up 3, trying to take a 2-0 lead. We'll have the rest of the second set when we return here on ESPN Plus. This has been a one-sided series. Campbell and Hampton all time. The Campbells won in 4 sets on the road, and now trying to improve to 11-0 against a hungry Hampton team that has not won a game on the road in conference.
I think if you're Coach Duval, you felt pretty good in that first set, and then all of a sudden it got away from you. You don't want to get this second set away from you. And so Campbell is just really dominating right now, but the Pirates have an opportunity. In their game against UNC Asheville, they lost those first 2 sets, but were able to come back in 3, and maybe that's what Coach Duval is hoping for here.
Sumner shoots from the middle. Sydney Sumner, her 3rd kill of the match.
I'll tell you what, Sydney Sumner coming back doesn't show any dust at all from the earlier injury for the first half of the season, and fortunately for Pirates, she's coming in to fill that role of Delgado really well right now.
That's off the block of Isis Black. And now Patterson, who got the kill, comes in to serve. Both these teams relatively young, just 3 seniors on the court today. That's a matchup of underclassmen. And Callaway, the sophomore, picks it right up with a hard swing. Callaway with 6 kills.
And it's tough for Campbell to defend against that. We saw Gabby Calloway coming up at the same time, Isis Black on the backside of Petrusek. Campbell's got to play both those two defensively.
Layla Green into the chest of Pugh. Now Calloway rolls it over. And Campbell extends the lead to 3.
Jessica Pugh, that libero there for the Pirates, great job. 250 digs coming in. She had 30 digs against Siena. She's just really good on the floor, as we see.
Tough to stop Layla Green that time. Here's Maddie Miner to serve. Already 2 aces for the junior. Nearly a third. Calloway right off the block. And Jessica Calloway has woken up. How has she come alive in this second set?
Calloway right there, dead center, over the net, able to get past Katie Menz, and just doing a great job. Again, you're seeing a great setup here by Hampton with being able to go either center court or on the outside.
The slide for Page is deflected. Now a free ball. This is Clara Smith, dug out by Sarah Kalla. An overpass, tees it up for Alina Heath. And Heath nearing double figures.
Heath was able to stuff that right at Reed Petrusek, not able to get a setup at all. And Alina Heath able to reach over with that 6'1" frame and just dunk it down on Hampton.
9 kills now for Heath. Smith gets underneath that shot. And Clara Smith with her 3rd hitting error. That leads Hampton today. And how about this senior Alina Heath hitting double her percentage from one year to the next and almost teeing up aces like that?
Just an amazing job by Heath. The Texan on the team, the one senior, able to come up. She scored the 1,000th kill right here in the arena against South Carolina State. Just a huge moment for the senior. Going to be really missed next year. But fortunately got great leadership on the field with juniors like Maddie Miner ready to come in and assume that role.
That's the 2nd ace for Alina Heath. And now Campbell is up 6, its largest lead of the set. Give us a sense the impact that Alina Heath has brought to this club here, especially today.
I think Alina Heath has always been a dynamic leader. She's always been a fantastic player, but more importantly, she's an all-around great player. One of the things you see is in the service area, in the kills, and more importantly, even on the digs, on the back line there, she's able to get down. She defies her stature. You would expect a player like that to be much more of a frontline player, but Heath is able to play nearly any part of the court.
This is a run of 3 straight aces for Heath, so Hampton calls a timeout. And sticking with Campbell here, certainly for Alina Heath, she knows how disappointing last year's finish was, not qualifying for the conference tournament. There seems to be a much better sense of focus from Campbell as they enter this second half of the conference.
Oh, I think that's always in the mind of the Campbell players and Coach Gorel, the fact that they finished 7th in a conference where only the top 6 teams go on to play. Campbell being in 3rd right now puts them in a very commanding position. They want to continue this run. They want to start this 7-game final here, the second half of the season, with a commanding win over Hampton. Got off to a little slow start here in that first set. But what you really want to see them do is kind of step up here and be able to put away Hampton. At the same time, Hampton knows they're fighting for their life. They need some wins if they want to look at any postseason play. A really tough thing for Hampton right now to get this win.
So Campbell right now 3rd in the conference. They know with Hampton today a winnable matchup. They have higher aspirations than those conference rankings. They want to finish like they did in 2017, top 3 in the league and earn a postseason berth.
Right. I think the preseason pick, they got him in 5th and Hampton in 6th, is basically misnomering the capability of this Campbell team. This Campbell team has come in, has been able to tap into a freshman pool that really defied expectations with the like of Layla Green and really Sarah Kalla stepping up in that sophomore role. And again, I think a hinge on this team is the likes of Alina Heath. I think she's definitely playing a role, and we saw her with her service aces put away several teams, being the deciding factor in play. And again, a 4th service ace for Alina Heath.
Alina Heath is heating up from the service line. An 8-point lead for Campbell. 3 aces officially for Alina Heath, who ranks top 5 in the conference from the service line, causing all sorts of trouble. Clara Smith deep. Heath to the floor. And that ball's over from Kala. Back come the Pirates. Reynolds denied. And a fourth touch results in a Campbell point. This run quite extensive now, 10-1.
And it all goes back to Elena Heath, not just getting that ball across, but being able to save that ball at the last minute. Had a little bit of an error here on Hampton's side with Genevieve Reynolds, but Elena Heath just able to sink that ball every time right now.
Smith trying to stop the run. And a good swing by Clara Smith gets Hampton in double figures. Smith, 2 matches in double figures for kills in the conference. They'll need a lot more from the lefty as we move forward.
Elena Heath comes into this match with 30 service aces, and we see her just absolutely adding to that stat.
That serve is out. So Campbell up 19-10. Here's Elise Gross, 2-time freshman of the week into serve. She's out of Santa Monica, California.
Elise Gross having a little bit of a subdued performance right now in this match.
Her front line helping her out. Now Miner sets it up for Kala. And that rocket gets Campbell to the 20-point mark. 4 kills for Sarah Kala today.
When Sarah Kala gets on fire, she gets on fire, and we see that in this second set. A great performance, much more subdued in that first set, only 1 kill and a whole batch of service errors. But now we see Sarah Kala in her full force. See Elise Green really enjoying that. Elise Gross getting that smile on her face, getting motivated by her team right there.
Campbell trying to go up 2-0. Sydney Summer is dug out by Gross. And Heath now in double figures. A huge night for the senior. 3 aces, 10 kills, and a productive effort from the Texas native.
See Elise Gross with that great smile on her face just before then. She's really motivated, able to get in that dig right then. I think, again, you can never misjudge teams' performance based on their moods and their abilities, and they're in just a good mood right now, this Campbell squad.
Another chance for Kala. Cuts the angle and puts Campbell within 3 points of the set. A much different tone here in set 2 from Campbell.
Definitely. You've seen Sarah Kala able to get that corner shot very perfectly, drop it on the far line. Jessica Pugh coming in for that line, not able to stop it. Definitely a different dynamics of this team in the second set for Campbell.
Sumner off the block. Gross trying to save it. The effort for naught as Hampton stops a 6-0 run. Now going to their serve specialist, lowly Georgia Kapolu, who had 4 aces in the win over Asheville.
Georgia Kapolu really needs to get some points right now for Hampton and either break this run by Campbell. Largest lead Campbell has had in a set so far in this game.
Kala shoots it out. That's one way to start it if you're Hampton with that front row causing trouble. 6 blocks now in the match, and Brooke Irvin gets her first action, the sophomore setter out of Chicago. Tough return by Gross, forcing Menz to swing from the back row, and that's into the net. A nice 2-0 spurt from the Pirates to stay alive here in set 2.
Georgia Kapolu putting a little bit of that Balkan spin there on the ball, able to get it to drop just perfectly. Elena Heath with that return.
Now Kala dumping it, finding the back corner. Sarah Kala coming alive. She has 5 kills in the set. And now Campbell 2 points from taking a 2-0 lead. Off the net there from Mitter. And bumped over by Sydney McGregor. Boy, Sarah Kala put one right to the floor. That goes out of play. And a good kill by the sophomore.
Sarah Kala just seems to be getting more and more powerful with those kills right now. She comes up, doing a great job across the net there and across the court.
Set point, ends in an ace. Emily Mitter, the freshman, puts it away. Campbell a convincing set 2 win, 25-13. It's been all Campbell so far here through 2 sets of play. 25-22 in set 1 and 25-13 here in set 2.
We've seen Campbell get off to some slow starts and sets in the beginning of the first set, and we saw that here in this, but definitely a commanding lead by Campbell going into the second set.
It was 11-8. Hampton was hanging around early, then Campbell put this set out of reach, led by the sophomore Sarah Kalla. When we come back, the Geico Halftime Report here on ESPN+.
I want it.
I can't believe it.
That car brought his karaoke machine.
Nothing but a heartache.
No, I can't believe how easy it was to save hundreds of dollars on my car insurance with Geico.
Tell me why I never wanted to say. Go, Kevin. Go, Kevin. No.
Believe it, Geico could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
1 point.
Discover the new language of travel.
Bon voy.
Marriott Bonvoy. 30 hotel brands, endless experiences, rewards reimagined.
Everything you need on a pizza. This is the Works. Try a large Works or Meats pizza for just $12, only at Papa John's.
Don't just throw a tailgate, own the tailgate with a Bojangles Big Bow Box. Only Bojangles brings the flavor to every tailgate with mouth-watering chicken, fresh buttery biscuits, flavorful fixins, and freshly steeped legendary iced tea. Because how can you expect to win the game if you don't win the tailgate? Feed all the hungry tailgaters in your group with an 8, 12, or 20-piece Big Bow Box. Bojangles, it's bow time, y'all!
What sets Carly C's apart is personalized service and quality. That's why we cut and package our meat fresh every day in store. And if you don't find what you're looking for, then tell the butcher and we'll custom cut it for you. We also grind our own beef and make our own fresh country sausage and meatloaf. At Carly C's, we don't cut corners when it comes to meat. Thanks for shopping.
Hometown proud, Carly C's. IGA.
Look at all that meat. This meat, that meat. Is that more meat? Wait, is that sheep? Nope. Yep, it's meat. Try a large Meats or Works pizza for just $12, only at Papa John's.
This Big South game is brought to you in part by Sunbelt Rentals. We have equipment for that. And Marriott, the official hotel partner of the Big South Conference.
Welcome back to the Geico Halftime Report. Gaylord the Camel, the Fighting Camel mascot, having a jolly old time here inside Gore Arena. Campbell up 2-0 early on in this matchup. Some highlights from set one. Melody Page and Campbell came out swinging in the first set, and Elena Heath took charge. 9 kills through 2 sets.
Elena Heath definitely playing a big role, especially in that second set, able to come up, able to really close it out. But Sarah Kalla, who started off really slow in that first set, has come alive in the second set. We see her doing much better with 6 kills in the second set compared to just 1 in the first set.
Elena Heath from that right side hitting .500 in the match, but the middles of Hampton playing very well. Genevieve Reynolds with a kill there. A response by Layla Green from the outside, and then Patterson in the middle. Campbell very balanced through 2 sets.
We definitely see Hampton playing very well in the middle, like you said, Evan. I think that's a strength that they need to really magnify on. They were able to get their middle and their outside hitters up at the same time, and they've been able to really produce well with those middles at the time.
Let's show you some numbers from the first 2 sets of play. Hampton searching for answers. They're hitting just 154. We've seen and the big story, Sal, the 7 aces for Campbell in the set.
That is the big difference right there, and we saw most of them coming from Elena Heath. Elena Heath able to get on a roll right there and be able to put it away. And we've seen her do that. She's streaky when it comes to those service aces. When she can get into a groove, she's able to get them to sink every time. And again, for the one senior on the Campbell team, she's been able to really step up and provide some overall great leadership on the floor. Campbell's coming in. They have an opportunity to put this away. continue this streak, be able to get a 3-0 run against Hampton. But if you're Hampton, you want to stay alive. You don't want to go down in this match. Both these teams are traveling, big schedules. They got tough games coming up. Campbell's going to be home the next 2 weeks. They got some big wins coming up. They really need a decisive win over this Hampton team.
Lena Heath and Campbell taking charge through 2 sets of play. Trying to earn their 9th sweep of the season. And for Hampton coming up, they have a nice home stretch as well. Top team in the league in Winthrop and plenty of huge games on the line.
Winthrop right now undefeated in the Big South. Big goal right there to kind of unseat them from the top. Tough challenges for them. High Point sitting at number 2 in the conference right now. Another big challenge for them. Definitely a tough schedule for Hampton as we progress forward here for the Pirates.
These teams mirror their schedules, so they'll both have a nice home stretch of games coming up. Right now, though, it's Campbell dominating here at home, up 2 sets to nothing. Sydney Sumner with the first swing of set 3. And the senior, her 5th kill, makes it 1-0.
Nice little palm shot there by Sydney Sumner, able to get the ball to drop in midcourt, get Hampton the first point in this 3rd set. Something that Hampton needs to do is really command a set. We saw them do that in that first set. Campbell had to struggle back, scratch their way back to win that set.
Tough return by Menz. That's deposited from Genevieve Reynolds. The front row of Hampton has kept the Pirates in this match.
They have, and Genevieve Reynolds, in particularly, the freshman from Virginia Beach, is doing a great job with that. We've seen her and Clara Smith both been able to do that and keep Hampton alive. But it's going to be hard to shut down these Campbell outside hitters.
A chance for Heath from the right side. That goes through the block. 10 kills now for Alina Heath. The first player in double figures from either team.
We saw Campbell having their outside hitters. We saw that with Alina Heath. We saw it with Katie Menz, and we also saw it with Sarah Collar right there. A lot of threats for Hampton to deal with.
Jessica Pugh on the bump set for Clara Smith. Gross there to dig it out. And a double touch from Maddie Miner. First mistake we've seen from Miner, who's stepped up today, 12 assists.
Maddie Miner always doing such a great role for this team. See her doing a great job directing right there. Up against the net right now.
Callaway the low serve. And Reynolds kept it up on her bump. Chance for the Pirates. Petrusek on the set. Smith into the block of Melody Page. And that's denied with authority.
Page able to get that ball up over the net the first time and then close it out with the block. Great job by the young freshman coming in. Again, one of the things we see is a very young team for Campbell, and Melody Page doing a great job with that.
That's her first block of this match. Not going to stop Reynolds that time.
Now Reynolds able to defeat Grace Kane there, who came in on the defense. Not able to close it out there. Just a great job. Again, Genevieve Reynolds coming in here, the freshman from Virginia Beach. Just a big player right now for Hampton.
Here's Georgia Kapolu out of Athens, Greece. Dangerous serve. And off the body of Patterson. That's going to be a double touch on Grace Kane. How about this lineup for Campbell? Two liberos on the court with Gross and Kane back there to return.
We were talking with Coach Gorel about this, about the role of Kane and Gross, and doing a great job. Both of them complement each other. They have different styles, and bringing them both on the court at the same time is a very interesting play. Definitely being more defensive in their play, Campbell.
Sets it up for Patterson's second kill of the set. And that rotation's going to stay the same as we see here. Patterson putting away her second kill. And now Emily Metter to serve as Campbell tries to climb back from an early deficit. Tough return by Callaway. Sumner, no problem, and she splits the middle of the back row.
Right between Kane and Gross right there, not able to really close it out right there. Talking to Coach Gorel, talking about those two, Elise Gross and Grace Kane. Definitely two different style of players. One much more dynamic in the case of Kane, and Gross much more methodical.
Minner moving around to get that set up. Baru Kristic tees it for Sumner. That shot is long. And the freshman from Serbia, a bit off on the set. Gives Campbell the point right back. And now Elena Heath, who dominated sets 1 and 2, returns on rotation.
Nana Patterson there for Campbell was key on that play, able to get that ball back over and put it on the defensive for Hampton.
Deep serve for Sumner. Now she touches way to the back corner. Great return by Kala. Here's Callaway. Right off of Mitter. A chance for Heath, cutting angle into Sumner. A touch over the double. Both teams stepping up defensively, sniffing out some opportunities. Callaway shoots it left.
Not a lot of time for Hampton to get themselves set up. They're not able to get that ball over into the hands of Reed Petrosic to really get a good set. And that's costing them right now. They're not able to get that ball across the net with any sort of organized force.
Hampton 8th in the conference in hit percentage. We're seeing an example today. Patterson wins the joust. Good dig by Pugh. Gives Callaway a chance. And Callaway just a bit long. This set is even at 6.
Campbell's doing a good job trying to get themselves set up, get organized ball across that net. They're keeping Hampton on their heels, not allowing them set up. We're not seeing Reed Petrosic being able to get those assists that she is known for.
Here's Reed Petrosic teeing it up, but Mitter digs it out. Off the block and through. That's Sydney Sumner with her 7th kill to lead all Hampton Pirates.
And if you're Hampton, this is what you want to do. You want to be able to get yourself in your sets and be able to get those outside hitters going across the net for you, something they had not been able to do up to this point.
Mitter goes back to Heath. Pugh forced a bump set. Callaway on the slide. Easily dug out. Second chance for Heath. Does not hit the floor, and it's over. Back set now. Layla Green off the block of Pugh. Here's Callaway. Campbell front line playing a presence, deflecting another shot. Here's Heath. The roll shot will not find the floor. Good rally. Patterson into the block of Reynolds. Now Heath over the front line and into the corner for a long deserved point.
I will say a lot about Elena Heath, but I'm going to say this. One of the things that makes her different and alike of Sarah Kala is her ability to control that ball. She may not have the most powerful hits at the time, but she can control where that ball goes, and you saw that right there. Every time she put that ball exactly where she wanted it.
A false serve there from Patterson. Now she gets the clearance to go from our lead official, Joseph Aces. And it results in an ace for Patterson. Campbell today in this match, they now have 8 service aces.
Kennedy Binder on the floor there for Hampton, trying to get the ball up, not able to return, and then to Patterson's serve.
Some confusion on the back line from Hampton. Callaway drops it down. Mitter, the pancake does not count. More of a waffle than a pancake that time. And Hampton stops the run, evening it at 8.
Gabby Callaway, we expect to see a lot from her in this match. You see it right there, that quick little tap, able to get past.
I don't know, Mitter might have got a hand underneath that, at least from that angle. No challenge. Here's Jessica Pugh, who has had the largest improvement from year 1 to year 2, according to her head coach, Robert Duvall. And Heath targets Pugh. Excellent dig. Here's Callaway. Through the block, and Hampton back up 1.
Campbell got a touch on that ball. Exactly what Hampton wanted. And we see Hampton staying alive here in set 3.
Layla Green uncorks a shot. And Layla Green, her 4th kill of the match. She'll sub out for the moment. Another impact performance from the freshman.
We saw Layla Green just explode in the upstate game. She had to come in, fill in for Sarah Kala, who took a fall during the High Point game. And since then, we've seen Layla Green just really play a key role here in Big South play.
Callaway threw a triple block. And Heath lets it fall to the floor. It's Campbell the first to 10 here in set 3. after a dominant second set win, 25-13, where Heath, she had 6 kills herself.
That's a big Campbell line to go up. Kate Menz, Selena Heath, and Melody Page.
Back set from Miner. Menz off the block of Callaway. Campbell's now found its rhythm, led by the redshirt freshman Kate Menz.
Kate Menz comes in here, only 51 kills, but again, the redshirt freshman from Colorado just doing a great job stepping up here.
Heath wins the joust, and Elena Heath up to 12 kills. That leads all players in this match.
Elena Heath at this long reach, 6'1", able to get over the top of that net. And again, her ability to really be a smart thinker on the field, 4 years of play as a senior, definitely a difference.
Petrusek trying to push one out, and she's called for the double. Campbell now on a 5-1 run.
Petrusek does such a great job for Hampton, but being really the sole setter for them really wears her out. And you can see just the kind of fatigue starting to set in on her right now.
Maddie Miner with her 3rd service ace of this matchup. And now a defensive substitution. Sydney Sumner comes back into the back row, replacing Kennedy Binder, the freshman. There's Sumner, the lone starting senior on this club. She gets the target of Miner's serve. Callaway off the block. Gross, bump set to Heath. That touched the net and did not touch Hampton. So a hitting error on Elena Heath gets Hampton back within 4.
Good advantage here for Hampton. They want to get that ball out of the hands of Maddie Miner. Maddie Miner and Elena Heath have been really dogging Hampton on their serves. So any advantage Hampton can get with the serve, they'll take.
Heath, a long set. Another chance for Menz. Rolls it over the block, and that one falls in. Timeout on the court. Campbell up 5 midway through set 3 as they try to close out this match in straight sets. More next on ESPN+. Geico is a proud sponsor of the Big South Conference. The best rates book with Geico today by visiting BigSouthSports.com/Geico. See what you can save. If you're an alumni, you could save a bunch. Marriott is a proud hotel partner of the conference as well. Visit BigSouthSports.com/Marriott and see what you can save. Both these teams are trying to book a trip to Rock Hill. Top 6 teams earn a berth in the tournament. Campbell at 5-2, a 5-match homestand starting today. Elena Heath has put him in good position to try to win this match in straight sets.
Elena Heath has definitely been the key player right now. We're seeing 12 kills, 3 service aces, just doing a great all-around job for the team. 4 digs in there.
Menz gets a tip off of Petrusek. Here's Callaway on a deflection. Oh, and down goes Melody Page. Hope she's all right as Menz picks up the kill. And Page back to her feet.
Like Sarah Kalla and Melody Page just got a little bit on top of each other. Couldn't quite separate themselves.
So Greg Gore will check in on Melody Page. And I think Greg's going to do a smart decision here and sub out the freshman. Bring in Haley Wilson, the sophomore. and give Paige a chance to be evaluated by the training staff.
Quick move, good idea not to take any chances right there. Campbell's doing very well. They're leading 2-0. They're up ahead by 6 points right now in set 3.
And an ace will help the cause. Alina Heath with her 4th ace of this match. She came into this first in the conference in aces, and a nice 4-spot add to the totals. Timeout called by Hampton. Evan Budrovich and Sal Mercogliano with you on ESPN+. Campbell's certainly dominant, no doubt about it. And Sal, their schedule coming up presents a nice little stretch of games here to try to climb up the conference standings.
They're going to have some challenges without a doubt. Next week we'll see them playing at home here against Gardner-Webb and Winthrop. Winthrop being the top in the conference. Definitely a big challenge for them to be able to take on the team that has not been defeated yet in play. And then the next following weekend they'll be facing the likes of High Point and Radford before hitting the road for their final pre-conference play, where we see UNC Asheville and USC Upstate at their own homes. So Campbell's definitely got a big challenge up ahead. They want to go into conference play in a commanding position. Coach Gorel definitely wants to see a quick 7-game run here. If he can net all 7, puts himself in a good position, especially over the likes of Winthrop and High Point, puts him in contention for one of those 2 bye games. More importantly, this is a better start than Campbell's had. They've won more home games this year than last year. Definitely in a much better position than they were in last year. Coach Gorel has expressed that with the confidence in the team. Definitely see the younger players stepping up in the role, the likes of sophomore Sarah Kalla, and then freshmen like Melody Page. Just really being an all-around great team for them. For Hampton, obviously, you're getting close to the position of do or die. You have to start winning some games here. They have the equally tough schedule as Campbell, so they're traveling together, and so they've got to be able to win some games.
Hampton in danger of getting swept here on the road. Clara Smith, a long serve and a net violation on Campbell. That's on Kate Menz going into the net. Hampton breaks a 5-0 run.
Very important for Hampton to break that run. Campbell's been doing particularly well, especially on serves. 10 service aces so far this game. And if there's a weak point, as we mentioned with Hampton, it's in their service.
Up to Menz, off of Callaway. And Kate Menz coming in for the injured Melody Page is doing a great job.
Kate Menz doing a great job. We see Anana Patterson coming in. Haley Wilson stepping out for Campbell. And the libero, at least Gross on the serve.
A block, and that is off of Campbell, so a point for Hampton. Big kill by Aaliyah Barkley out of Fuquay Varina, North Carolina. About 30 minutes here from Bowie's Creek.
She is as close to home as she's going to get playing in the Big South right here.
Now Georgia Capolu into serve. And a service error, 3rd of the match by the freshman.
Grace Kane thought about that to the last possible second. Was happy to get out of the way.
You see Layla Green, the freshman, back in for Campbell. Also Hannah Schnegenberger getting some quality reps here in this 3rd set as Campbell tries to close out a home sweep here to open up the 2nd half of conference play. Callaway rips one long, and Campbell now 5 points from the set.
Campbell definitely started out real slow in this game. We saw him with a very tough first set. Big challenge, but Campbell's been able to really command the next 2 sets.
Kalla into the body of Callaway. Big touch by Gross to keep it up. Kalla again gets a deflection. Petrusek into Isis Black. And now Kalla from deep behind the 10-foot line. Here's Smith into the corner. And Clara Smith keeping Hampton alive.
A great shot there by Smith. Grace Kane just not able to get her footwork fast enough to get across to net it. Great volley by both teams there. Sarah Collins not able to get close enough really to get the kill shot she was looking for. She was a little bit far on the outside behind that 10-foot line.
This is Anna Barukristic into serve. She's out of Serbia. Petrusek on the move. The shot denied as Isis Black is blocked. Schnegenberger, the sophomore, in there on the block. Sarah Kalla trying to close out a 7-kill night. 7 digs as well, nearing a double-double. Pretty good serve as well. Here's Callaway rolling it over. That ball stays in, and Layla Green takes advantage. Big swing from the freshman, her 5th.
Elise Gross with that setup right there.
Timeout called by Hampton. They have 1 timeout left in this set.
Obviously, Hampton is worried about getting knocked out at this point. They have not been able to really hang right now with Campbell in this 3rd set. Something they need to do to come back. We've seen Coach Duvall go into his bench, pull players up. That Hampton team is just looking a little bit tired. They don't seem to have the fire they had in that 1st set. Danger of being put away. Right now, that puts Hampton at 1-7. A loss here, put them at 1-8. It'd be tough for them to really overcome anymore. Right now, Gardner-Webb sitting at the bottom of the conference. They're playing against Presbyterian today. Upstate sitting at 2-5. They're playing right now against High Point. So definitely a win is necessary for Hampton. Hampton was able to come back in their UNC Asheville game. They lost those first 2 sets against Asheville and then able to put away the last 3 sets. It's going to be an uphill battle at this time, 22-13. Campbell's feeling pretty confident. We see that with Gaylord right there, feeling pretty good about this game right now here in Buies Creek.
This is the start of a 5-match homestand for Campbell. And also, 3 of the best teams in the league come right here to Buies Creek in the next few weeks. Hampton will also host the same opponents, so both teams understand how crucial this match can be to kickstart their final stretch.
And it's good for Campbell to be getting those tough teams coming at home. We're getting late into the semester now. Midterms are over. Always a good time. It gets a little rough for student athletes to be worried about academics and athletics at the same time. Coach Gorel commented about that, how much he likes having this home stretch toward the back end of the schedule instead of the front.
And Hannah Schnegenberger, her first kill in conference play. The sophomore gets Campbell within 3 points of the set.
It is great to see Schnegenberger back in play right there.
Aaliyah Barkley, the sophomore, keeping Hampton alive. Her 2nd kill. She had 13 kills when these teams met in Virginia. And now Sydney Sumner into serve.
See Sarah Kalla willing to throw her body across the court there, trying to get that ball, even in the position that Campbell is in now. She's still going to play this to the very max until it's put away.
Heath going back for it. Good recovery by Hampton defensively. Midder the back set. And Jessica Pugh takes some hard contact. Layla Green dominating the net. And the freshman's block creates set point and match point.
Tough for Hampton to match that. With Alina Heath to the left and Layla Green on the right. Definitely a threat from both sides there on the outside.
Schnegenberger serves for the set. Here's Callaway. Denied by the triple block of Wilson, Heath, and Green. A 3-set sweep for Campbell here this afternoon. They improved to 6-2 in Big South play. The Hampton Pirates drop to 1-7. And as we kickstart the second half of conference, a dominant wire-to-wire win from Campbell. Alina Heath took control of this match. 12 kills for the senior. How was she so productive tonight?
Well, one of the things you see with Elena Heath is she's able to be very versatile. She can dial in those hits. She's not as big a power hitter as Sarah Kala is, but more importantly, she has got that control to be able to get that ball cross court, to give it just enough force and aim it. I think that's what makes Elena Heath such a powerful force on this team. 6'1", she's able to tower over that net, and more importantly, she's able to be a great asset on the field in digs and in services that we've seen with her aces in this game. Key player.
Elena Heath takes control as Campbell wins in straight sets. For my partners, Sal Mercogliano, Evan Budrovich signing off from Bowie's Creek as Campbell a straight set win. 25-22, 25-13, and 25-14 here in the third set. We'll see you next time on ESPN Plus as Campbell gets the win in straight sets.